Hi, so I'm going to talk GE 2017. Now, before I do, my political affiliations are well known, but I'll try and remain as non-partisan as possible. I'm making no promises there. So, this morning was interesting. We had quite the upset. A lot of unseated Tories, meaning the majority was lost, and a lot more sort of Labour gains, which is great from that angle. And a lot of people quite hopeful, saying, well, hopefully, there won't be a deal struck, and it'll all get into the air. Even if it has to go through to another election, then hopefully more people will vote for Labour next time, or some such. A lot of people who still voted for the normal parties might change just to make sure that majority is gained. Of course, that wasn't the case. Along came the DUP, and a deal was struck, a loose agreement. They had enough between them to make a government. And the Queen's role really is mostly ceremonial these days. That's fact. It's mostly ceremonial. So it was very unlikely, because they got the numbers between them, that she would say no. And of course, royal assent was given, and a government's in the pipeline of this loose agreement, because it can't be a coalition. Those are chaotic. Don't you remember the whole campaign? So it's not a coalition. It's an alliance. It's an agreement. It's a deal. And a lot of the hope from this morning from the left has turned to a dejected despair, and I think that's unfair. I think we need to look at it as that's one battle that hasn't been won. It's not gone the way we want, but there's always more battles. There's always more to be done. Finding what we should do next, rallying together and grouping and regrouping, and getting ready for the next challenge. That's the important part. That's what makes the difference. If we just constantly sat there being dejected, nothing would get done, and things would just happen. So I think it's a time for rallying around, regrouping, and taking the optimism in the fact that, again, more seats are have been gained by the left. Whatever else happened, that still happened, and that's positive. So, like I say, it's regrouping, looking for the next challenge, and really seeing, if we can get through Brexit without completely falling apart. Of course, the other big issue was, around the whole GE 2017 thing, was the fact that a lot of people are saying that Mrs May should resign. Her position is somewhat untenable. Even her new friend from the DUP said that she may not survive the election. That's her word, survive, not mine. And even JC himself, who doesn't sort of stoop to the normal politician mudslinging and all that, has kind of said, I think it would be the best thing. Now, there are a number of factors at play. One, obviously, she keeps going on. She's moved on from strong. She's now saying safe and stable. The government needs to be safe and stable to move into the next phase of Britain's future. And, I kind of respect that viewpoint. I understand where she's coming from. That stability is probably good, because there's been so many upsets lately. But that said, if you have lost the faith of your party, is it the wisest move to carry on going? She could always follow JC's idea and go, right, democratic vote then. Open it up to the party, but would someone stand against her? Does anyone want to lead the ship now? Who knows? Was the gambit, was this gamble that she was playing, maybe we'll mess it up, they'll get in and they'll have to deal with Brexit and it'll make them look bad? I don't know. And now they've got to deal with it. Would anyone want to step up to the plate? It's all in the air, it's all guesswork, but it's a very interesting place to be, and like I say, all we need to do is keep fighting for what we believe in. Even if you voted sort of on the side of the right, that's fine, that's your democratic right. You chose your preferred party. I respect that, so whatever battles on whatever side of whatever fence you are that still need to be fought, they are still there. Certain rights or certain laws or certain things that need to be done to build a better society are still there. They haven't disappeared in the course of 24 hours. So we need to continue. And speaking of the need to continue, it's been a couple of weeks now where I haven't done an analysis video. It's naughty of me. But I do have stuff in the pipeline. They will be back. Normal service will be resumed. I just thought it would be remiss of me to shove something up this week and not deal with the election. I think that would be very remiss, given that my channel started with a lot of deep thoughts and political ideas and rights and stuff. I'd feel bad for not covering it in some form, so I've done that. So yeah, as I say, the analysis will be back. Normal service will be resumed. It'll be fun and happy and light. And I'll get on with some work. And speaking of work, do you have a good ear? Would you like some extra income? Now, if you answered yes to even one of those questions, you may want to look at Scribey.com. They're a transcription service dealing mainly with North American clients, who then pass the audio files on to people like you or I to transcribe. The pay's not too bad, considering that it's completely freelance and you do as much or as little as you want. There is no obligation at all. You can just do one a month if that's what suits you. But you do get sort of bonuses for the more you do. So it's definitely worth having a look. There is an assessment process. You do have to obviously have a minimum sort of level that they will accept, because of course they can't just keep correcting people who don't have the skill set. But it's worth giving it a go. There's a link down below for you to kind of take the assessment. There's normally a bit of a waiting time, but it's definitely worth having a quick look. And like I say, maybe giving you a bit of extra income. No one's going to complain at that, are they? Now, if you're on the other side of the fence and you would like some transcription work done, there is in fact a link down below for that as well. And hopefully, you can get some people like me, to look at the work and transcribe it for you, so you can use it in whatever you need that transcription for. Quick disclaimer, of course, I am getting something from these referral links. I'm not doing it from the goodness of my heart, but if it makes you feel better, well, one, I don't really do this very often, and if I do, it's for things that I either think are good or I do myself. In this case, it's both. And two, if you consider the referral sort of bit that I get is like a thank you for letting you know it exists. If that makes you feel better about it all. So I think I've gone on long enough this week. So like I say, next week, back to normal service. And until then, as always, take care.